Hey guys, and welcome back. I know this looks a little bit crazy and you're probably wondering why I have two different looks of makeup on my face. So I have been thinking a lot lately of how much I feel like my makeup skills or lack thereof aren't good enough. So I was like, I'm gonna do a video where I kind of jump back to how I used to do my makeup in high school to kind of compare how I do my makeup now. So I have started what is now going to be called the Flashback challenge. Or what's going to happen is you're going to do half your face the way you used to back in high school or 10 years ago, 5 years ago, however long. And then the other half, how you do your makeup now. That way we as individuals can see how much we have grown in our ability to do makeup. So that way it's not a constant, I wish my makeup looked like hers, or why doesn't it look like his? Why can't I blend it as well? So this is a motivational self-esteem building kind of challenge. So we're going to take it back. So I am going to start the hashtag Flashback challenge, and I want to see your guys' end results. Tag me in them. Show the world how far you've come, because you deserve recognition too. So this is not a tutorial. This is not a how-to, but if you guys want to see the comparison on how I used to do my makeup back in high school compared to how I do it now, then just keep watching. Alright, to get started, I am going to be pinning my hair back, as always. Now, I never knew what primer was back in high school. I don't know if primer existed back in high school. That was like 7 years ago, so yeah, about 7 years ago, so who knows. So I'm not going to prime the right side of my face, but for the left side of my face, I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Coverall Primer. In high school, I did not wear foundation of any kind. Liquid, powder, mousse, whatever, however many different kinds they had back then. I didn't wear anything on the base of my face. My makeup consisted of my eyes, and that was it. So if you kind of just want to skip through until we get to the point where I'm starting on my eyes, I'll leave the time stamp down here or up here or something, so that way you guys can just skip to that part of the video if you want. If not, then let's just get into it. For foundation, for the left side of my face, I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous foundation. It's the 3-in-1 in the shade 857 Golden Tan. And this is clearly my favorite foundation because I am almost out of it. And as always, I'm going to put about a pump and a half on the back of my hand. This feels oddly similar to when I did the Power of Makeup challenge, simply because I don't have any face products on this side. Now that I think about it, this is basically, the beginning is going to look like the Power of Makeup challenge. So I'm going to just skip through all of this until we get to eyes, and then we'll continue from there. Alrighty, so I went ahead and did the left side of my face the way I normally do. And for the right side, I left it completely alone because in high school I didn't used to put anything on my face. I didn't used to color in my brows because back then the thin brows were in, where it was like you had a line. That was it, just a line of brows. That was what was in. So filling in your brows wasn't a thing back then. So we're going to leave the brows alone, the face alone, and we are going to go ahead and get into eyeshadow. For eyeshadow, back in high school, I used to use the Maybelline New York Quads in Sapphire Smokes. I used to use them in a bunch of different colors, but this one was my all-time favorite. It was the only one I've ever hit pan on. And I didn't know what brushes were back then, so I used the sponges it came with. So we are going to go ahead and do it exactly the same way I used to do it in high school. So I'm going to take this shade here and put that on 2/3 of my eyelid. And then I used to leave this blank because I used to go in with this shade, and that would go on the outer half, or on the outer third, excuse me. So that's what that looks like. And then I used to go in with this shade, and it's the liner shade, so I would do as it said and put it as close as possible to my lash line, kind of like a eyeliner. And then this shade, I used to take this shade on my brow bone. And I didn't know what it meant to like evenly distribute it. I just packed that shit on. So that's what we're gonna do. So I used to take it and put it in all of the blank space.
Calm down, Taylor Swift.
Between my eyebrow and the other ones, as well as over here. Down to my inner tear duct. You know what this reminds me of, now that I think about it, and I don't know why I didn't think about it when I was doing this in high school. My makeup right now reminds me of Mimi from the Drew Carey show. Does anybody remember that show? Oh my gosh, Mimi, she used to have like the huge blue and her eyebrows were like up here. Oh my god. That's what this reminds me of right now. We are gonna move on before I start crying. For the left side of my face, I already primed my eye and set it. So I'm going to go into the Tarte lip palette. And I'm going to take Best Friend. And that's going to be our transition color. Alright, for our outer V, I'm going to be taking Multitasker. And that's going to be, go in a little bit of our crease and in our outer V. Alright, for our lid, I'm going to take Supermom. And I'm going to mix that with Force of Nature, and that's going to be our lid color. Alright, and for our lower lash line, I'm going to take Bombshell, which is like a deep purple kind of shade, and that's going to go in our lower lash line. Alright, and for our inner corner color, I'm going to go into the Urban Decay Shadow Box. And I'm going to take Sin, and that's going to go in the inner corner. I'm also going to take a little bit of that to highlight my brow bone. Alright, and then back in high school, I used to be really big on putting black liner in my waterline. So I am going to be taking the Maybelline Master Drama eye pencil, and I'm going to drag this in my waterline only on the left side. And you guys know I don't normally like to put color in my waterline nowadays, so we're just going to go ahead and leave that blank. For our wing, I can't even call it a wing. I used to do what looked almost like a cat eye back in high school, but I used to use the same pencil that I would use in my waterline. I don't know how I made that happen, but we're going to attempt to recreate it. So, using the same pencil. This is a lot harder than I remember. And that is how I used to do my liner. So terrible. Alright, I'm going to use the e.l.f. liquid liner to draw out my wing. Alright, they didn't have at the store the mascara I used to use in high school. So the mascara that I did find that makes my lashes look the same as they did in high school is the NYC waterproof mascara. This is called City Proof. So I'm going to use that on my lashes on the left side. And then for the right side, I'm going to use the Maybelline Lash Sensational. This is also the waterproof one. Alright, in high school, I did not used to wear falsies. I would just throw on the mascara and go. For my left side, I am going to be using my Ardell Demi Wispies. In high school, I also did not wear lipstick, chapstick. I used to use this lip gloss that I got from Disneyland, and it was like a dark, deep purpley lipstick. So for the sake of this video, because I don't have it, but I have a lipstick that looks kind of close in color to it, and it's pretty much the only purple that I have. I'm going to use Violet Volt by Milani for the right half of my lips. Just for the sake of, this is kind of what it used to look like in high school. Yeah, it was much more of a deep, darker purple than this, but it's purple, so we're going to work with it. And for the left side of my face, I'm going to use the NYX lipstick in the shade Talia. And that's what it looks like, just a beautiful nudie brown kind of color. Okay, and I don't know if setting spray existed back in high school, but if it did, I didn't use it. Clearly, because all I used to wear was the lip gloss and the eyeshadows. So for the left side of my face, I'm going to set it using the Urban Decay De-Slick setting spray. So this is how I used to do my makeup 8+ years ago. And this is how I do my makeup now. I would like to say that my makeup skills have vastly improved since high school, but I'll let you guys be the judge. So this video was a lot harder to film than I thought it was going to be, but it was a lot of fun to take a walk down memory lane. So this is going to be called the Flashback Challenge. And you can either, like I said, do half your face or do your whole face flashback to how you used to do it in high school or 10 years ago or however long ago. Because I know there are some people that are like, I haven't been in high school for 30 years or so on. So just kind of like flashback to when you used to do it, how you used to do it 10 years ago. Instead of always comparing ourselves to, well, why doesn't my makeup look like that? And how come I can't get it to look like that? Or my colors don't blend like that? This way, we're taking a step back and showing ourselves we have come a long way. Regardless of if we can do it like this person or do it like that person, we have come a long way in the way we do our makeup. So I am challenging all of you guys to do the Flashback Challenge. That is my challenge for you guys, to do the Flashback Challenge. And post your results. I want to see them. And until our next video, bye guys.